welcome to the Everyone Like That podcast. I am your host, New Age Retro Steven.
And I am Glitch Blitch.
And I am Lemmy the Leprous.
And here you are for your regular dose of what makes gaming great. Now, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of meat and potatoes, a lot of crazy, kooky things happening in some places that we wouldn't even imagine. I'm going to start us off with probably the weirdest one, which isn't exactly what it was expected, but Pop-tarts. That's right. I'm here to talk about Pop-tarts. And not just your old regular Pop-tarts. Actually, they are just your old regular Pop-tarts. You guys have checked the news lately. Target has been in coherence with the Pokemon Company to drop some exclusive Target and Pokemon drops. Now, some of those are clothing, some of those are just merchandise, and some of those are food. One of those being a Pokemon Pop-tart that is so insignificant that all it is that it is a, let's see, a frosted vanilla cupcake Pop-tart, which you could just buy normally, but there's a Pikachu on the box. Okay, cool. It's $3. Amazing, right? I guess so much
The
so
Pikachu
that
tax.
yeah, the Pikachu. There's no Pokemon. There's no Pokemon sprinkles. There's no Pokemon anything. It's just the Pikachu on the box, and people are scalping
People bought
these.
it.
I thought there were no sprinkles at all. Just
There's sprinkles, but not Pokemon sprinkles.
oh, what the heck?
They
So
should have
that's
made
the
it
point.
like what is it, Togepi? They should have
That would
like
have been
pretended that
sick.
that's what it was. 'Cause
Yeah,
it kind of
and
looks
like
like
so
that.
to contextualize, like all these cool Pokemon things that are dropping. Of course, people are going to scalp that. The shirt, the sweatshirts, the
Mhm.
clothing,
Yeah.
the whatever. But the
The
Pop
jacket.
Tarts, I did not like. Who's buying this?
Well, they're
Other
Three
scalpers.
apparently.
X.
I guess the appeal is that there has not been a Pokemon Pop Tart crossover since the '90s, so people are just so nostalgic for this Pokemon Pop Tart, even though it's just a Pop Tart, and they're selling these $3 Pop Tarts for $100 a piece online. And then I went so far to check yesterday, and I have the Target app. And as you guys know, I don't live in Phoenix, but I live in the greater Phoenix metropolitan area, which involves many cities and many towns, and it's massive. And I checked every single Target; they are all sold out on the Pop Tarts. People are grabbing these and scalping these like crazy, and they're not even that significant.
Yeah,
Um,
it's crazy.
but
So were they
with
special
that,
last time? You said there was a different Pop-Tart Pokemon thing. What did they look like the
It
first
says
time?
early 2000s, early
yeah, around then.
2000s. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, but it's nothing special. I mean,
okay. I was curious if they
yeah.
did a
Yeah,
better job before.
I ain't gonna sell my life over a Squirtle Pez dispenser. I don't know why these Pop Tarts are just going crazy, but it's just kind of an odd one, just clearing out entire cities of these Pop Tarts. But with that being said, it's kind of petty. I give no credit to scalpers. I think scalping is a ridiculous tactic. I think it's terrible. But with that being said, I wanted to talk a little about supply and demand because as we've been seeing in recent times, as we talked about in the last podcast, the Steam controller, the sales just went live and they have completely sold out within 30 minutes.
Oh
Everywhere
wow.
on Steam, retailers everywhere. You cannot get, I mean, you can try to. And unfortunately to say, which I also think really sucks, people are obviously scalping the Steam controller. It's retailing for $99. People are reselling the for sure pre-orders for $200, $300, which
I'm
I
gonna
think
look
is
on eBay. I want to see the recently sold on eBay. What we're looking at.
Mm,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
I've seen some listed for 200, 300. If you see some
that's
recently sold
crazy.
for even more than that, that's insane. But that does suck because we're really anticipating the release of the Steam machine. Obviously, we've seen them try in the past, and it's kind of cool because get the controller before the machine, see if you like it, and then that'll just help you decide if you want to buy the machine. Um, that being
Yeah. Wow.
said,
250 seems to be where it's evened out at. That's crazy.
that is insane.
Why? Why would you do that? Because they're gonna be back in stock. It's like you don't need it
Yeah.
that
The
much.
only reason I can think of is if
3x.
you want to make like a video about it or something. I don't know. So
Exactly.
what's the just at a not to derail you, Steven, because I know you're going to talk about some other things, but like what's the
Oh,
answer for scalping? Like this is the thing that ties it together, right? Like what do we
yeah,
do about this stuff? It's crazy. Don't even start about Pokemon cards too. Like it's like,
yeah.
Ticketmaster.
that's the worst one. That's the worst one, you know?
No, obviously, no. That's exactly what I was about to foray into. Is that I wanted to bring this in together about there is no end all or be all to scalping. You see it with Pokemon cards, baseball tickets. You see it everywhere. Now, I did want to mention something that happened last year when Nintendo Switch 2 had their pre-orders up. They did something that really hasn't been seen before. Um, so basically, you could sign up for exclusive Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders because obviously it was hard. I got mine through Target. I did sign up for that one, but it took a little bit more time for me to get my code. But like I spent 30 minutes, just trying to scoop up a Nintendo Switch 2. I tried I don't think Amazon was live. I tried Walmart, I tried Target, I tried some other retailers, and thankfully I got one through Target after they got canceled. But what Nintendo did is that even though you didn't get to pre-order it right away, you had to meet some criteria. You had to sign up through the Nintendo website. You need to already have an established Nintendo account as well as a active Nintendo Switch online membership. Plus, I believe, if I have this correct, you needed at least 50 plus hours of lifetime gameplay on your Nintendo Switch. Even if you have different consoles, just attached to your account. That being said, if you meet all the criteria, they will actually send you an exclusive code to order through them. Now, were you going to get it right away? No, but I also feel like that was a very good anti-scalping measure for someone who just honestly just wants to switch to for yourself, for your family. You know that you're for sure getting one, and you're a loyal customer. You like Nintendo products, you play the
Right.
console, you're ready for the next one. I feel like that was a very smart move, and I feel like maybe Steam Valve could have adapted something like that for their controller.
Yeah, and you're totally right. I looked through the requirements, you nailed it. That's exactly what it was. It just why do we not have more companies doing this? I mean, the only thing I can think of is like it's just they don't really care how they get the money. They just want to get the money and they don't want to cap anybody from buying it. But it's just like it just feels like I respect and like Nintendo even more because they did that. You'd
Yeah.
think there'd be an understanding of like the bigger brand payoff long term, wouldn't you? To like do something like that. It's weird that other companies didn't. And Steam is such a good name for itself. I kind of see Steam, closer to a Nintendo than like an Xbox or PlayStation right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird they didn't do that.
And like, I really want to see exactly what happened there. Like I was not sure because you could buy it through Steam directly. So I don't know if there was like a quantity limit or if there was like a no cap to this. Were we seeing like potential Steam ghost accounts signing up just to scalp it, which I'm sure probably happened. I'm sure that was a thing.
Right.
But also we want to what we also don't know is did Steam was Valve ready to launch this pre-order? Did they actually have enough product to meet with the demand? Now, I will say at least that I was a little surprised that they did sell out at first because, like I said, and I showed this off the last show and tell, I have the very first Steam controller and like it's
Right.
cool. It's nifty, but it didn't sell nearly
Yeah.
as quick as this one.
Yeah.
And there was not as much demand. So there's a lot to unfold here. Do we need anti-scalping measures for Valve? Did we have enough controllers? What exactly happened there? This is a developing story. And I think Valve just put out a statement earlier today of saying, oh, sorry, I guess we're gonna try our best to meet the demand and all that. If I can maybe try to find that. But it's actually pretty insane the complete demand for this. I feel like this was not there 10 years ago when the first one came out.
I
And
just
did you
read
did you have
their.
any thoughts or feelings on it, Glitch?
I was just gonna say, I just read that they're taking away all the Pokemon trading card vending machines because people just camp them
Yeah.
out, so they're removing them all. But yeah, otherwise it reminds me a lot of the whole Ticketmaster thing, but I'm not gonna get
Yeah.
into that.
Well, it
But
circles
yeah.
back around, Steven, to both of the Nintendo, the Switch, and what you just said, Glitch. The other solution to this is you flood the market
Hmm.
with enough supply, which Nintendo also did with the Switch 2. Not only did they do that, but they
Yeah.
also had way higher quantities than I believe any console release has ever had. Like they had a lot out there. To tie to what you just said, Glitch, Pokemon Company has actually purchased a massive warehouse to manufacture more cards in the United States.
Mhm.
So my feeling is that they're trying to flood the market to have. They're probably trying to take away the kiosks, which are just immediately scalped,
Yeah.
and just try to get more product out. That's the other option, the other solution, you know. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy for sure. And I think, so the scalping issue aside, just talking about the Switch controller, like why was there so much demand? I think what Steam is probably trying to do is working, which is we are the console of the PC space. If you think about PC gaming, you think about Steam. Is
Mhm.
there a PC controller? No, there's a million different controllers you can use. Why don't we make the definitive PC controller? And clearly there's enough demand for that people want it. Because your options are use a console controller or some
Mhm.
other third-party thing, and they've built one for PC, so it shows there's a demand,
Yeah, it's nice
I am
to
seeing
know
a
you have a controller that will work for sure. Sorry.
Well, having
I'm
those
seeing
trackpads,
a the trackpads are cool. I like that. They just released a statement here saying Steam controller ran out faster than we anticipated, and we hate that not everyone who wanted a one was able to get it. We're working on getting more in stock, and we'll have an update on expected timeline soon. So it is possible that they actually just didn't have enough for the demand in general. But
I feel like since
I can see it.
COVID, everybody's scared to have warehouses full of things. Like making big runs of stuff is a risk nowadays. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Well, and I guess, yeah, there is always a risk on that, right? Like Switch 2 could have flopped maybe,
Mhm.
like I don't think any of us expected it to, but they took a gamble by having so many out there. But it clearly paid off, So
And
yeah,
it
it's an
is,
interesting thing.
a silver lining is that it's actually kind of nice that we're seeing this so much demand. I mean, look at like when the PS5 came out, how hard it was to get it for the
Yeah,
longest
that was
time.
annoying.
Yep.
Switch 2 was pretty hard to get, but thankfully within a couple of months stabilized and you could pop up get it in other markets. The Nintendo Wii, that one was, oh man, you really had to fight to get that back in the day. So, the silver lining to this is I'm actually kind of glad and hopeful that we're seeing such a demand for this because we're seeing the console demand for Steam. We really haven't seen that in the past. You had to get it on your computer and look back to like 2004. Obviously, Half-Life 2 was like a huge game that came out, but no one was going to the store. No one was lining up at GameStop because it wasn't on a console at the time. It
Right.
was, so you know what? It's kind of nice. That's the weird silver lining to it is like, you know what? Maybe this is hopeful to see Steam, and Valve enter the console market again
Yeah.
and seeing what they can provide. And this might actually lead to something greater. So this might lead to,
Competition is a good thing. We need to remember
Mhm.
yeah,
that. Like
exactly,
competition keeps prices down, keeps people innovating. We
exactly.
need competition. I think Steam really positioning themselves to be in this race is absolutely the right thing. I think we need a Steam private company. They're not publicly traded and all this other BS. They're just, I think it's good.
I
We
agree.
don't. I also want to see a resurgence of the Ouya. I also want to see
Oh
a
yeah.
of the ColecoVision,
Oh my God.
saturated everything. We need
You want
everything back.
Dreamcast back?
Wow.
Um,
Nintendo brought back the virtual console, or not the virtual console, the virtual
the
boy.
Virtual Boy.
So
Yeah, I'm not getting that. I listen. That's fun and all. I'm not getting that.
you see in red all day.
I'm always seeing red, man. Okay. Anyways, so
Yeah,
um,
I get that.
with that being said, a lot of other things going on in the industry. Lim, I think you mentioned a potential buyout that was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This is
oh, oh,
juicy one.
oh,
This is the juicy
oh,
one. You all don't understand. I love these
oh.
juicy like industry. I'm such a fiend for these like
It's
industry
like when you
stories.
find
I don't know
out
why.
your broke friend just bought a house and you're like, how did you do that? Like,
How did you do that? Like, I don't know. I flipped things out of the back of my car for
yeah.
3 years and made it work.
Let's bring out the
Well,
juice.
okay, so eBay, or not eBay, GameStop.
Oh,
Okay. GameStop has been on a steady decline. The GameStop we knew and loved from the early 2000s, in my view, at least here in the US, I put, when I went to the mall,
mm,
I went to
yeah.
Hot Topic, I went to Spencer's, I went to GameStop. Those were my three things. I went boom, boom, boom. That's what I did at the
Yeah.
mall as a kid in central Pennsylvania. GameStop always had cool stuff. you know? It had games and just like, I don't know. It was cool. People were buying physical games. It's where you had to go. There weren't really digital games. You wanted a game, you go to GameStop, you talk to somebody. They have
Mm-hmm.
helpful things to say, or they give you a recommendation, or you go to a midnight release, right? You camp outside
Yes.
and
Oh
go around
my
the block.
gosh.
Everybody's waiting for the game, and it was kind of cool. I did that for Switch 2. That was actually really cool. I went and got in line at a GameStop and bought my Switch 2 with a pre-order. So that kind of took me back to those days. But those days are few and far between. In fact, the Switch 2 might be one of the last times this happens.
Yeah.
Uh, it's an old thing. And what have they tried to do to stay relevant? I don't know. Selling stuffed animals and merch and
They're a Think
grading
Geek store now,
Think
mostly.
Geek,
Pokemon
yeah.
Yeah.
cards and Funko Pops. Like, it's kind of embarrassing, you know? Well, if it weren't for COVID, my guess is they would be donezo. But
Yeah.
then what happened? Bunch of people tried to get real goofy online and
Mm-hmm.
blow GameStop up into oblivion with a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of stocks, called the meme stock craze of 2020 for GameStop. And all of a sudden, GameStop blew up and got real big, and its stock overinflated. And somehow, here we are 5 years later, it's still kicking. Now they've closed. I did a little research before this. They closed about 1,000 stores over the
Mm-hmm.
past
No more
5
EB
years.
games.
Yeah.
Now they're making a bid for eBay. Heard this morning, and I about peed myself. I have had a lot of experience with eBay. I actually was a reseller through all of COVID, so I bought and sold old games and sold them on eBay. I have a 5-star, 175 stars on eBay, if I do say so myself. So I've spent some
Wow.
time. Leave eBay alone. Leave eBay alone. Like eBay is like, what are your all? What do you all? When you think of eBay, what do you think, two of you?
Buying games from through individual sellers. I also think of PayPal when I think
Yeah,
eBay.
I think of PayPal.
PayPal can kick rocks, but eBay. Do y'all have positives about eBay? Or at least neutral, right? Like, you don't have
Yeah,
negatives
I don't
about
really use
eBay,
it
do you?
Yeah, I
anymore,
don't have
but
any. Yeah,
back in the day it was
Like,
awesome.
how often do
yeah.
you have a company with a market cap of $50 billion that isn't pissing someone off actively? Like, that's my thing about eBay. It's like eBay, like, it still feels like one of the few like bastions of the old internet. It works for
It's
you,
the last
it's
of the
easy to sign up
MySpaces.
for. Exactly. It felt like everything else died or went to hell, and we've got eBay just kicking along, and it's great. It's still great. I use it a lot. Leave eBay alone. I don't want GameStop anywhere near eBay. And then let me give you a couple facts here, okay? So it submitted an unsolicited offer, meaning it just randomly one day said, "Hey, we want to buy you,"
Oh, wow.
for $55.5 billion bid to acquire eBay, offering $125 per share, half in cash and half in stock. There's immense skepticism about how GameStop will afford this. Its market cap, meaning the totality of what people think it's worth, not what it's actually worth, what people think it's worth, is 11 billion. Like what it could be eventually, if not now. And eBay's is 48 billion. So it's like a fraction of what eBay's worth. Uh, when GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen was asked how he would finance this purchase, he struggled to provide a coherent explanation. Their play, I actually found this really fascinating. So what they're proposing is that GameStop locations become eBay centers, basically, because
What?
GameStop employees are grading. They're someone's selling them their game and they're grading it and then reselling it. They're saying that they could be a hub. Their stores could be hubs for eBay to grade and resell things for eBay, basically,
Hmm.
to change its business model because it's failing. So, like fulfillment centers, basically, for eBay. And then, yeah, they basically their whole logic is that they're going to fund it with half of it being full debt, and basically everybody's saying this is the dumbest thing we've ever heard because their business models are completely different. Like, why would eBay want to get in? They're not a retail store by design. They started as an online store. Why would you get into
Yeah.
brick and mortar? It doesn't make sense. So
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
I don't know what y'all have to say about this, but I just was like, I
I'm
couldn't believe it. I was
guessing
like,
that it's
that's
just to
wild.
get them in the
That's wild.
news and get a temporary bump in their stocks because it seems like they're bigger shots
I think
than they
so.
are by making a
Yeah.
big boy move. So Because
Yeah, I think
apparently
so.
Rockstar had a really big stock jump with that latest leak because they're like, we're gonna leak all your financials, and they were like, we don't care, we're doing great. And then everybody saw they were doing great, and now their stocks are worth more. So it's not
Yeah,
always
they're
bad.
crushing it.
Yeah,
Oh my God, yeah, online is making so much money for them.
yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right too. And also, if you look at the marketing of what GameStop has been doing, and it's horrible, but it's it's kind of trying to be the brand now. I think that's the shock and awe. Like it's almost doing like a
It's the new
Spencer's would
Wendy's.
do back. It's like you go in and there's all this crazy stuff, and we're kind of unhinged, and we're
Yeah.
whatever. Like I think they're trying to be relevant, and I just don't see it happening. And I honestly think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing that gaming retail is going away, but I do believe that we're going to see more boutique bespoke stores that
Mm-hmm.
are selling crafted either art or original, indie, like someone making a guidebook for a game, like a fan gamer or something. I think we're going to see more of those types of stores, and I think we're going to see a resurgence of local because people are sick of all the big companies. So that's my hope. That's my
Artisanal
silver
gaming
lining.
stores.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like it.
I just think it's just an odd pitch in general. I guess I can see that they want to, they already got people that are used to grading and stuff and all that. But I just feel like, GameStop obviously has to reinvent itself if it really wants
Yeah.
to, I didn't even I mean, even then the amount that you said GameStop is worth right now kind of blows my mind because, when I go to a GameStop nowadays, it's not what it used to be. It's not, like not to like lean on nostalgia, but we really got to point out the fact that like most times I go to a GameStop, there's one person working the counter. There's probably nobody else, and it's really just like closed. ThinkGeek, and they dissolved ThinkGeek. Now it's just closed, and I'm just like, well, GameStop used to be like such the place to go to because even if you went there at like 2 p.m. on like a Wednesday, there's still people there. There was like tournaments, there was things going on, and now you really just don't see that. And another thing too is that a lot of times, when a big game comes out, if you don't want to make the risk of buying it online when it sells out, well, what do people still do? They go to GameStop, like because GameStop will be allotted X amount of games to pre-order for the general public. Obviously, you have to put like a certain amount down, but like that's at least one of the things that still got going on for himself. But like, are we going to see that if it were to buy eBay, which I really just don't think is going to happen? It's just odd. Obviously, they need to venture out. I don't see this going anywhere. And again, yeah, you're right. Leave eBay alone. Like eBay is good. eBay was one of also the giants like Amazon back in the day. Like that was click and mortar. They really changed the industry. So why go back to brick and
It's
mortar?
it's how I feel about Valve. They just have very few companies that actually are above, at the very least, are neutral, if not above board companies that are that large, making that much money, still doing things for what I feel is the greater good for commerce and people and humans. There's very few of those left. GameStop is clearly not interested in being that. eBay has been that for a long time, right? So I just found it crazy. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Glitch is totally right.
I think they're also gonna try to make a move on grading. Like PSA is kind of on the outs right now, and Tag hasn't really taken up a lot of that space yet. I feel like maybe the
Uh,
eBay thing was them trying to get into the buying and selling
Already
and
doing
grading
that.
cards
They
thing.
do that. They do that already.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
they
they
are
don't really
full
have the clout
PSA. I'm pretty sure.
that like PSA
Yeah,
does for grading.
you're
So
right. You're definitely
yeah, I
right
don't
about
know.
that.
I
They do
feel like
not.
that was maybe them trying to make like a mailing network of some sort. So
Yeah,
if it was
they just
serious.
want to weasel their way in there and just try to be,
Yeah, we're here
you know,
too.
part of it. But
Yeah.
I do think it's, it's a dying breed, the big corporate retail store. But I
Yeah.
think we need more artisanal gaming stuff, and gaming is the biggest that it's ever been. It's
Mhm.
the number one IP space right now. So I think it'll happen. But
Sorry, I was trying to ask Jeeves what his opinion was on it, but I guess he's dead too. So I guess we're
The
really in a
chatbots
pickle
killed
of
Jeeves, oh
seeing
Jeeves.
my God.
a lot of early 2000s, late 90s stuff just kind of going downhill, man. This is crazy. But, I also, maybe I was just completely aware. I didn't know that GameStop did grading. Is that like every GameStop or I did not know that. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Grading is a whole nother thing though. It's a massive, massive scam, grading.
Yeah, the
Really?
PSA
Moist
stuff
Critical
I've
just
been
did a
hearing is
whole
insane.
breakdown video on it. It's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild.
I think
I
it's
didn't
insane that you
really.
have to pay more if your card is worth more. Like that's just I'm surprised they get away with that. Like the fee should just be the fee. I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is
Yeah.
crazy.
I saw that they had a the Pokemon Durant, little durable ant
The
Pokemon.
ant.
Yeah, he I guess Kevin Durant actually signed a Durant card and they
That's
graded it.
awesome.
There's some other. I almost made this a topic today because I saw some other cool like graded cards, but I didn't think it would be relevant, and now all of a sudden it is. But yeah, I did see some little wacky little graded cards there. But okay, wow, I did not know they all did that. But I'd have to look into why it's a scam because I just was completely unaware.
Anything can be relevant
Yeah,
if
for
you
sure.
push hard enough.
Well, there you go. That's what GameStop thinks.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways,
Well, maybe I said that
Do we want
weird. I don't know.
No, you're
Okay.
fine. No, I mean it's I mean, hey, it's like that's
I've
clearly
said
what
weirder.
GameStop that's
Yeah,
clearly
I've
what
said
that's
GameStop
weirder.
true.
is
Very
thinking. That's clearly what
recently.
GameStop is thinking. Yes.
All right,
Uh
next topic. Next topic. All right, all right. Well, to wrap that up, lots going on with the industries in general. We're seeing a lot of changes. We're seeing a lot of resurgence and stuff that we've seen from early on, yay, childhood to nowadays. But let's talk about nowadays. We have a lot of games coming out, lots within this whole year, just the next month or two. What are we even looking at right now? I know. So Saros just came out. Lim, you had a good
Yeah.
talk
Yeah, I
about a
can
lot of games that are just came out too.
Yeah, I won't we realized as we were kind of prepping for this that like we could all probably go down a bunch of rabbit holes about different games we're anticipating. I think what we're going to do is we're going to break down more of those in coming episodes, but what I might do quickly is just touch on the fact that like you know, I'm not going to say it's been a light first, quarter or
Yeah.
first couple of months of the year. There's definitely been great games. I mean, it's still going to be tough I still haven't beat Resident Evil 9, which is insane, but I've played it the past 2 nights, and it just continues to just blow my flipping mind, and it'll
it's
be
so
hard for
good.
anything to top that. But we've had some great games so far this year already. But the clip of releases is going to continue to increase from here on out. So it's a great time for gaming. There's a lot coming out. We've got Mixtape coming out in 2 days. We've got Subnautica 2's coming out. We've got Forza Horizon 6, my most anticipated of the year. We've got Indiana Jones coming to Switch 2. We've got Lego Batman, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, 007 game. We've got an Xbox showcase coming up. We've got Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on the Switch 2, and then just a couple more I'll just rattle off here. We've got um, Control Resonant, which I know Glitch is a huge fan of, and then Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Beasts of Reincarnation. That's all just in the next 2 months.
So I have
So
a
it is a
question, Steven.
big time.
I know what
Big
game
time for
I'm
gaming.
looking forward to. I know what game Lim is looking forward to. What's your big game that you're excited about this year?
Yeah.
That's a really hard one. I really cannot decide on one, like just one general game. I mean, like, if you wanted me to give the most obvious answer, Grand Theft Auto 6, which we can
Okay.
talk about a little bit, but also that's my kind of
It's the
scapegoat
basic
answer. I feel like,
bitch answer.
exactly. That's like, like
Yeah.
my plain
I like
old
sports.
coffee
You
with just
like
a little
sports?
creamer.
Yeah, sorry.
Actually,
Some sports
I think
ball,
it's
yeah.
actually going to be. I think it's going to live up to the hype. I think it's going to
I'm
be
sure
Yeah.
it
probably
will,
one of the
but
most.
like, yeah, everybody's excited for Grand Theft Auto. Everybody and their
You
grandma.
just can't not
I
be. You can't not be in games and have at least some kind of curiosity about it,
I'm
right?
just so jaded after being excited for so many games and then them coming out and disappointing me horribly and me being like, why do I even pre-order
I feel
games
like
anymore?
Rockstar's never done that though, really.
Yeah.
They just
I
yeah.
feel
haven't
and
done it.
too after Red Dead 2, I feel like they could make the worst game ever and I'll just be like, that's fine, just make the next
Apparently
Red Dead.
they're putting Red Dead things into like there's going to be a full-on fishing
Oh,
simulation. They're
that's
putting a
cool.
lot of
Oh,
stuff from
great, the
Red Dead
fishing
into
that I
GTA.
struggle with.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
what's your game, Steven? What do you have anything that's like really
Like the game that makes
I'd
you
really have
squee.
to. Well, I think my biggest problem right now is I've already bought a good amount of games for this year that I just haven't gotten to play it enough, which is unfortunate. When it comes to like the upcoming timeline, I really don't have one definitive one, so I'm giving the basic answer of GTA 6. However, I'm just looking forward to whatever is going to like come out of left field, like I'm looking forward to what I'm not expecting, if that makes any sense. I know that
Yeah.
sounds totally just like,
Yeah.
whatever, but I always feel like every year there's always like one game that I end up really liking that I was not expecting to like, and I'm kind of looking forward to that. But when it comes to just in games in general, I just feel like it's hard to say. It's hard
Yeah.
Yeah.
to say. It's
There's
not
a
the
lot.
greatest answer, but it's just so saturated right now.
Yeah, I
It's a
Like
guess.
great
Yeah.
year for games. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just a little too saturated for me to really like figure that out now. I'm sure I'll have one down the line. And of course, you guys always know I always follow the Game Awards. Now, obviously, I always look forward to good games getting the highlight and recognition that they do. I'm hoping that, maybe we'll find some through there. Again, nothing will ever be as hype as when Stray was nominated for Game of the Year in 2022. It was not beating Elden Ring, but I'm looking for my next Stray.
Hmm.
Okay,
There you
that
go.
sounds ridiculous. But that's the best I got. Okay, all
Yeah.
No, it made
I
sense to
accept
me.
your answer. So,
right.
although I feel like, okay, so I'm gonna look back. I'm looking back from the future now. This is future glitch. I feel like your answer eventually is going to be orbitals, but you don't know it yet.
You know what?
Yeah.
You might be right there.
Yeah.
You might be right.
I know
So,
it's one of my big ones for
yeah.
sure.
So we'll look
Yeah.
back and we'll see if I was right eventually.
I think Orbitals is gonna kick
Yeah.
ass,
It looks
man.
really good.
Yeah. Why didn't I
They've got
even think
It
of that?
Takes Two and Split Fiction they've learned from,
Yeah.
and they're gonna make Orbitals, which looks gorgeous, looks so
Looks
fun.
like a Daft
There's a
Punk
developer
video.
play. There's
Yeah.
gameplay demos
Yeah.
out. There's the devs actually playing it, and I watched it yesterday. It looks fantastic.
Hmm.
I would need to play it with somebody else. That's the only problem. But I also feel like that also would be kind of the appeal of it because look at a game. We're looking like way back early 2010s. Look at a game like Journey. Do you guys remember Journey?
Hmm.
I do. I never played it, but I remember it.
That game was an absolutely beautiful game, but the point of that game is that you had to beat it with another person.
Yeah.
Now, when I first played it, I had no clue that if you don't have someone to play it with, they just provide you someone who happens to be playing the game at the same time as you. Now, I played it during COVID. I know it came out way earlier than that, and yeah, I was just playing it, and someone shows up, and I thought, oh, they were giving me is this when the second character shows up, the little bot character? I didn't realize I was playing with an actual person the
Actual
whole
person.
time.
Wow. Yeah.
And that blew my mind because I already knew of it. I thought that, well, I don't want to get into spoilers, but I thought I knew the ending, but I didn't know the ending. And then at the very end it says, "Oh, you completed the journey with," and it shows their username, and it only
Oh,
shows
that's
their
cool.
Oh.
username for like yeah, it only shows their username for like 5 seconds and then it goes away. So you have to either like remember it and
You
like
were
try
like,
to add them in the moment or it's gone and then the journey
wow,
continues again with whoever else. And I also think that was like one of the most beautiful little
that's cool.
touches in a
Okay.
game. So actually, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you sniped it. Maybe Orbitals is that game.
I
So
also
I
have
see. I'm
a
with Glitch. I think so
recommendation for
too.
you. You have to play Near Automata if you like that, because the ending is kind of similar. It's
I hear
it's
a lot of good
like
things about
yeah,
that game.
yeah, it's good. I'm not gonna
There
spoil
you
it,
go.
but it's a good moment.
Don't.
Yeah, no,
I've been recommended that game for many, many years now, so
yeah,
it's probably going to be down the
it's really good.
What do we want to talk about? Saros?
Sure, I've been playing that.
How's it
So
going? Are you enjoying it?
I think I'm okay. I'm like 4 or 5 hours in. Now that I'm kind of understanding it, I'm enjoying it more. So I did like it originally, but there's just so many different things to collect that I feel like I need to watch one of those like 10 things that you need to know before you play Saros
Yeah.
videos. Because yeah, you're collecting leucinite, which is like little yellow bricks. I'm collecting halcyon. I'm collecting aether. And I didn't know what any of those things did, and I only just figured out what aether is like a couple hours ago. So like aether heals you, and I've been going, how do I heal? How do I heal? And being like, I feel so stupid. I can't figure out how to heal, but you have to like gather the healing items to heal. So yeah, so apparently I'm not stupid. I'm just, confused. So yeah, it's really cool. They kind of like give you the story as you go, and even though I'm dying a lot, every time I die, something seems to be changing. So like even though I died and I failed, I get like a new scene with the other survivors, or I get like little snippets of a video every time I die. And yeah, it's really cool. The story is kind of like slowly unfolding in a Horizon Zero Dawn kind of way where you really have to look for like all the audio logs and stuff. But yeah, so From what I understand, there's what was the alien company, Wayland Lutani or something? The from
Oh,
Aliens?
yeah,
Yeah, the corporation. So
there's a few of
basically,
them. Yeah.
yeah, so basically the corporation sent you to this planet because leucinite is like a new energy source. It's like unobtainium, I guess. And it's worth a lot. And they send people in like waves. So first it's like I think it was like the scout people and then the miners and then the colonists and then you get sent like enforcers. And I think you're part of the enforcer group. And like all the colonies went missing and you're like going to investigate. And then you're slowly getting
Sounds
like
like
snippets
Alien.
of story. And then there's like event horizon moments. Like at the beginning, like you ran into another dude. When you die, you like get like reborn in this weird like Lazarus pit thing. And another guy got reborn and I'm like, hello. And then apparently he was crazy and the lady that was with me shot him and there's like eclipses that happen and people are like going crazy from the eclipses. Like it's really weird. It's not really
That's
what
there's
I
a lot going
expected.
on with it.
Yeah, there's almost
Yeah.
like a HP Lovecraft like Elder God thing vibe kind of going on.
Ooh.
But I don't know if that's what it is. They keep talking about like the planet being alive or something. And like it started out with some lady voice, like Borderlands talking to me, like, you need to find me, the sun is forever. But then they're like, the sun is gone. And so I'm like, well, which is it? Is the sun forever or is it gone? Like, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
But
How is the difficulty? I heard that
it's
I'm
difficult.
not. This is the follow up to Returnal. I heard Returnal
Yeah.
is very hard, but I've heard this is actually more accessible. Is that true?
So I just beat like the first big boss. I think it took me like maybe 5 tries to get there. Like only fought it like 3 times. I'm having to wrap my head around a lot of stuff. So there are yellow lines that they like throw out that you can like dodge through, and then there's blue bubbles that they throw out that you can like absorb with your shield. So you have to like dash through the yellow and absorb the blue and like remember all that while you're fighting. It's kind of complicated. I feel like I'm using all my brain. But
Yeah. So
in a good
it's
way.
not a pick up and play arcade kind of style. It's a okay. You need to sit down and understand the intricacies of
Yeah.
this game in order to like play it.
It's sort of Elden Ringy, that like you have to keep like dying to progress. Like it's kind of weird. Um and then you like
Well, it's like a roguelike, yeah, kind of
yeah,
thing,
the
right?
bullet
You
hell.
go and then it's runs. You go on
Yeah.
runs and then you get stronger each time.
And then if
Yeah.
you die, you lose half your leucinite, but you need the leucinite to get your upgrades. As I'm unlocking upgrades, it's getting a little bit better. And then the Halcyon like gives you like super awesome upgrades. So there's Halcyon specific upgrades, and Halcyon is usually something you can take like instead of a weapon upgrade. So it's very returnally that you keep like finding higher and higher levels of weapons and then switching them. But I feel like there's more cohesive story and not just like so much random shit just happening. Like in Returnal, it was like, oh, I'm in a house and oh, there's a spaceman looking at me. And then, oh, wait, am I the spaceman? And like you had to like do all these cycles to get like another little tidbit of story. But this has like more people talking to you all the time. So there's I think 4 or 5
Audio
survivors.
logs, like
Yeah.
BioShock kind of audio logs.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
talking to them while you're exploring, but there's also audio logs from all the guys that went crazy. So like you get like a they don't understand this place was meant for me. It was made for me. The light is for me. They'll understand. And you're like, okay, that's fucking creepy, you know? Like everything on this planet is mine, and they need to learn that. And yeah, you just hear like the crazy mutterings of people before they went crazy. Apparently one guy just like walked off a cliff and you don't know why. Like it's very intriguing, the story. I finally beat my first biome. So like basically you get through the area and then there's an eclipse and then things get way harder and you have to like work through it again and then beat the boss of the area. But then the blue bubbles that they shoot at you turn into corruption, I think is what I'm understanding. and you get like corruption abilities that like there's like buffs, but there's also things that aren't good about the things that you're gathering. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm enjoying it.
Is it fun?
It is fun. It's
Okay,
not
good.
like frustrating, but I'm a FromSoft fan, so like I like games where I die repeatedly and then, it's like, yes, I beat this stupid boss
But the
finally.
progression, the things you get along the way feel like it's worth it, and you're
Yeah,
progressing.
and when I
Doesn't
die,
feel like
like there's actual new
banging your head
story
against the wall.
stuff happening when I come back. Like the people are talking, they talk to me about stuff I just did, so it's not like I'm losing progress. It's like me dying is
Yeah.
actually continuing the story. So
It strikes me the closest comparison would be of late would be like a Hades 2 in terms of the way the flow is, not
okay.
the way it looks or
Yeah,
plays.
I
I
haven't
don't
played
know,
that.
like Hades 2 is the same thing. You go do a run,
Yeah.
you die, you spend the things you just got to power yourself up, and then the people are talking to you in the
Yeah,
hub
that sounds
world
right. Yeah.
as you go, so it's like it's a kind of cycle that way. Yeah.
Yeah, and you like
Well, cool.
unlock
Yeah.
permanent upgrades that make it easier as you go. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm really enjoying it.
Very
Short
cool.
story.
Very cool. Nice.
But
No,
yeah.
that's great. Yeah. I'm not very versed on it. I've just seen some gameplay and seen some footage. It seems very orange to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's
At
the
least the
color that
first
I think of as
biome.
orange. Thank you
I
for
I would
sharing.
say
think
probably
I
easy
really
like 9 out of 10 so far.
Oh wow.
oh
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I've been watching some gameplay of it recently, and it just seems like something right up my alley. Like,
Mhm.
I haven't played much shooters with it recent years, but it looks a lot like Doom Eternal. And like you and I have talked about it, that it has a lot of like bullet hell aspects into the
Yeah.
gameplay, which I think is really cool. Like, the different colors that you can absorb or like deflect and all that. And I just think that's we really haven't seen something like that in a modern game like that. I actually really give it credit for that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it looks really cool. I definitely want to play it. I should have gotten on the train before I just barely
You should
looking
have
at it
mouse
now,
PI'd
and I
me.
feel like
Yeah,
I should have
PS5
should
exclusive
have mouse
too.
PI'd it.
PS5
Yeah, and
exclusive too. Yeah.
I do have a PS5 that's just collecting dust, unfortunately. So yeah, I might pick this up. I honestly think I'll pick it up and enjoy it.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Cool.
no, looks like a great game. Let us know when you beat it. Final thoughts. I think yeah, I think I'll get it.
Cool.
Sweet. I would recommend that you do.
Awesome. Okay, so I got a show and tell for you guys. But it's kind of a conspiracy because I just have a couple things that I want to put together. What? Guys, you want what now?
Is this
He's
a bit?
talking to his
This is a
cat.
bit.
Okay, don't go anywhere. Don't pause. The stream's still going. I
Mhm.
got to figure something out. There's someone at the door. Okay, give me a second. Just don't go
Oh
anywhere.
boy. Oh boy.
I forgot he told
What
me
do
he
you
wanted
want
to do something.
again, bro?
There's
No, bro.
y'all don't
I
realize there
recorded
is
it. I swear, dude. I freaking swear. Oh.
there's always something going on outside of Steven's apartment at like all times. It's always
Yeah.
alarming. So I don't know if this is a bit or real. He's had coyotes outside. He's had crazy people.
Oh
Oh
my
boy.
god.
It's like it's half cutting. It's half cutting out too.
It's like Dr. Jekyll,
God.
Mr. Hiding.
Let's give like a live animal or something. Oh, now it's just silent. Oh boy.
Sounded like he transformed into
Oh
something.
boy. He just anamorphed into a different creature.
Mm-hmm.
He just turned into an eagle and flew away. Wow, he's really committed to this.
Yeah.
He's really committed to this.
I feel like
Oh.
is Giovanni kidnapping him now?
What if it's actually not a bit and he's just being attacked right now and we're just don't care?
Yeah, we're gonna go to court. Have to watch this video of us laughing at him while he's getting murdered.
Yeah, like, did you aid in the murder of New Age Retro Steven? No, I didn't,
Why
I
didn't you
swear.
call
They play
911?
this footage and we're like,
We thought
well,
it was a joke.
he does this a lot.
Yeah.
Y'all need to understand. Wow, he's really committed to this. What is he doing?
Oh.
Oh,
What's going on?
boy.
What's going on, bro? All right,
I told you he was getting kidnapped.
Steven. We're gonna have a
Oh.
conversation today. We're gonna have a conversation today. I locked him up in the laundry room. You can have him when he's ready. But right now, I'm gonna tell you guys something. It's me. If you don't know me already, it's me. I'm the Giovanni. I'm the best Pokemon trainer in the world.
How
I
you
got
been?
something to share with you guys today. I don't
How
know.
many shinies you got?
Well, none,
You been
because
on
you
it?
didn't have any. I tried to
Oh.
steal some from you, bro, and you were boring. You were lame. You wanted to talk about like Dr. Pepper and some shit. I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted some shiny Pokemon.
Something
Oh,
about Giovanni
speaking of
cursing
which, I heard
doesn't feel
there's
right.
Dr. Pepper, like Jellos now. Like,
Oh,
yeah, pudding.
there you go, Giovanni.
Yellows, no
You-
nothing.
Some Dr. Pepper Jello for you.
I come to you guys as a warning. Something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen this year, and I just want to say that I've been putting out hints for the whole world to see, and you guys haven't been picking up on it. All right,
Oh.
all right.
It's the
I'm gonna
Pop-tarts. He's
Well, I'm
Giovanni.
gonna say some things. I'm gonna say some things that are true. You can look it up on the Googles or the Ask Jeeves, not the Ask Jeeves, but the Googles, the Yahoos, and all that. Now, if you look up this year, there's a weather phenomenon called El Nino, a super El Nino. So what does that mean? In the Southwest, there's going to be torrential rain, floods, and in the northern part of the country, and even Canada, we're going to see some drought. Now, are we? Liv, you might know this one. Are we putting a little pictures together here? What
Yeah.
happens when you have insane rain versus insane drought?
Oh, we got a little.
We got a little another team. Two teams lesser.
We're going
Two
Team
te-
Aqua, Team Magma.
Team
You
Aqua and Team
partnering up?
Magma. No.
Partnering up?
Here's the thing.
Oh, okay.
They're a bunch of losers. They want to play with fish and they want more land. Nah. I just want world domination. Doesn't matter what they do, I'll dominate no matter what. What?
A classic, you could say.
What
World
sells?
domination.
Yeah, classic world domination. Classic. What sells in stores 7 times better whenever there's going to be a giant storm? What do people stock
Water.
up on?
Toilet paper?
Sure, toilet paper. Sevenfold.
Pop-tarts.
People buy Pop-tarts 7
Okay.
times more behind for a giant storm. So I've been putting warning signs out. I've been putting Pikachus on your little Pop-tart boxes, hoping you guys would get it. Instead, people are scalping it. They're reselling. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to warn you.
People
Team Aqua
or
and Team Magma are coming.
Or are you scalping?
No.
It strikes me that would be, suited for someone of your stature.
No. I put the Pikachu for you guys to realize, but here's the issue. We're going to see giant storms out there, a lot of rain, a lot of drought. And in order to stop the storms, we have to eat all the Pop-tarts. All the scalpers have to eat their own Pop-tarts. I'm putting these Pop-tarts out there to warn you guys of these loser teams that are nothing like me. You got Archie, you got Maxi, you got Giovanni. So, my fair warning to you guys is these Pop-tarts mean something. You're scalping them. You're supposed to eat them. Once you've eaten all the Pop-tarts, we will be freed by Rayquaza's grace.
Are you trying to start Last of Us?
By
Giovanni's reckoning to bring Rayquaza down here, and so help us all. And after that, you will realize I have been very kind to you all. And if you want to reconsider to join Team Rocket and give me your shiny Pokemon.
Did you join a Rayquaza cult? No. Okay. Sounds like you did.
Do you have the Pop-tarts? Do you have some of these Pop-tarts? You have to at least have one box.
At Fiber One bars.
Oh, Jesus.
Do they have sprinkles on them?
I don't need those. Those are less fun, my friend. Those are a lot less fun than you having the box of Pop-tarts. That's what I was banking on this whole time. I thought this whole speech was going to lead to you having the Pop-tarts, and now I'm a little bit disappointed.
You're supposed to buy the Pop-tarts.
How can I?
I put check Target in a few days. They might have it again. I'm the one behind the drops. I'm the one behind the merchandise.
Oh, okay.
I'm capitalizing on it. I need some more money for Silphco.
So this is a second job.
Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence again, because I honestly was kind of getting a little sad. I was missing.
I beat you 2 days ago. I got a Master Ball.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did. But hey, just want to put that out there. There's going to be storms. And you know what's going to happen? I got a little theory. I think that Nintendo knows that we're going to be inside during those storms. I think we're going to see a Pokopia DLC. Yeah,
Oh,
we need to be cozy, and they need to give us another reason. They've
it's an
done it in the
exclusive.
past.
We got an exclusive drop here.
Exactly.
A Giovanni collection.
Anyways, I'm just here to warn you guys about these loser teams that are not Team Rocket. And Steven's tied up in the laundry room for quite a bit. So, Mr. Liminal, if you want to show your show and tell, as long as it's not Dr. Pepper related.
It's not. Don't worry.
Why don't you like Dr. Pepper?
Actually,
Because it doesn't start with R.
I actually have a Giovanni clone here in my in my studio. That's what I have to show. Sorry, I've been playing too much Resident Evil. So, Game Informer.
I thought you froze for a
Looks like
second.
Giovanni's interested. No. Game Informer magazine came out, so I just want to show you the cover. We've got Soul Frame, which is Warframe's new game. I know nothing about these games at all, but they provided 2 codes to play for free, which was pretty cool. They put that in the Game Informer magazine. Speaking about GameStop, who got rid of Game Informer, again, if you don't know this, it's back with an independent team running it, which is pretty cool. One thing I thought I would show you from it is 40 Years of Zelda was recently, and there's a really cool art piece, which I wanted to share. Check it out. It's got every piece of gear, all the games in one picture, and I just thought it's really cool. And the other thing I thought was really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, Giovanni. I also thought this was cute. This is the Pragmata director Cho Yang Hee drew a little picture.
Oh, that's cute.
A little baby Zelda. I thought that was cool. Little crossover. And yeah, it just goes through the whole 40th anniversary of all the different Zelda games, which is really cool. And some really good previews and stuff in here. And I also thought it was cool they did a throwback piece to the 3DS as well, because it is, I believe, I don't know, it's an anniversary of the 3DS. I don't know, is it 10 years, 15 years? I don't really know,
Wow.
but they did a
feel
full
like
breakdown.
this
in
came out-
2011, so 15 years.
15-year anniversary of
Wow.
the 3DS. So, yeah, pretty cool. Go pick up Game Informer. Go support an indie team of people keeping print games journalism alive. That's my show and tell. Not as exciting as Giovanni's, but pretty cool, I think.
Well, I don't have one, so it's much more exciting than mine.
Hey, we don't always have things to show and tell, but
Yeah.
when we do, they're pretty dang good.
Well,
You
I
gotta
saw
show
the
me
mortuary
shiny
assistant
Pokemon you're gonna send my way.
in the with my sister the other day. It was really bad. Don't watch it. Like, it wasn't even
the
bad
mortuary
in like a fun way. Like, yeah.
bummer.
Ugh. Yeah.
I
So I'm
get
glad we
bad
saw
movies are a
Iron
bummer.
Lung instead, because that was really good.
Good.
That's
Well, I think that's all. I think that's all we got for today's episode. Do you
Yeah.
want to bring us home, Giovanni? I don't know. Steven was our host for the episode, but he's in a closet, so I don't know.
Well, I don't really do this, but I guess that was your regular dose of what makes gaming great. Steven will be dead soon. Maybe
Oh.
catch him in another episode. No, I'll spare him.
Okay, yeah, don't kill him,
Lim
please.
well. At least don't
need
tell
was
us yet.
absent.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually don't have a plan. I wasn't expecting to be here. I had a flight, connecting flight from the Phoenix area to Kanto through Spirit Airlines, and I'm kind of stuck here, so I needed something to do.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah.
Well, you're allowed to
that's why I'm
stop by
here, guys.
without kidnapping people if you want.
But I
Yeah.
like kidnapping people.
Oh,
Okay, fair enough.
part of the job, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he'll let me stay here. I just don't have another flight. But I guess thank you for allowing me to be here and giving me something to do. Again, I'm Giovanni, the greatest Pokemon trainer of all time. Who are you losers again?
Well, I'm Glitch Blitch, and you can catch me out on YouTube if you like, Giovanni. I have a YouTube channel. Do game stuff.
How dare you? How dare you, Giovanni?
How do I what?
How dare you speak to me in such a manner? I am Limmy the Lapras, and I am not a loser. And you can also find
Lapras?
me. You can also find me on YouTube, and I
He's
do not
not
have a Lapras
actually
for you.
a Pokemon, so don't steal him.
I have no Lapras for you. You have to go find one on your own. Sorry.
Fine, it's fine. I just got to
Yeah.
find my way home. That's all I need. But yeah, okay. Well,
Good luck with that.
Mr. Living Lapras,
Limmy.
Lapras,
Limmy the
Living
Lapras.
Lapras.
Hopefully living.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything else to say, but thank you for joining these losers again. I'm Giovanni.
Oh my goodness.
Get lost, Giovanni. Get lost. Okay, that's it.
Thanks for watching, everyone like that. Bye.
Oh my god.